She is the rising star of the Irish comedy scene. You might have come across her hilarious videos on YouTube. Before we introduce her, I want to play one. Have a listen to this and picture Titanic. Picture Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet as Jack and Rose. Have a listen to this, but with a Dublin twist.
Paint me like one of your fingerless girls. And then I said, stay there, paint me again.
Rose, will you move over? It's bleeding, we're freezing.
Ah, Jack, the effort. She's a maniac on the door, and she's freezing like she never froze before.
There you go. Now I might add, right, it's hilarious, but when you see the video to it and you actually see the footage from Titanic, and there's loads of other good bits, a bit where Jack Leonardo rubs his nose and he goes, so you're on the dole, Jack? No, I do a video on this. So there's some very funny moments in it, and Enya's here. Enya, you're very welcome to the show. Enya Martin, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me in.
Right, so tell us where it all started for you and how you get into it.
It was kind of just like a bit of crack at the start. Like, I always wanted to make videos because I have a really good sense of humour, and in school I was kind of the funny girl, and I saw how successful people were on social media.
They weren't actually that funny either.
Yeah, I know, like chancers. Yeah. And I was like, I could do that now. It took me about a year to pick up the courage and do it, and I put my first one up on my personal page, and like it did very well. So people were just like, make your own page, like you don't know what's going to come of this. So I did it, and people loved the content. And the first video was Shanto, so you know how she met her fella Anto, and it's basically just like stereotypical girl, scanger, you know, lives in a tracksuit. Our fella is our world, and like he's an utter scumbag. Like that's just it, you know.
Now, when you were in school, when you went to college, did you do comedy or anything, or where did you go from there? Like, did you go study something else?
Yeah, completely different, like polar opposite. When I was in school, like society told me, you know, I had to get a 9-to-5 job after school and college, so I kind of had an interest in business studies, so I studied marketing and advertising. And
did you hate that in college?
Yeah, I mean halfway through, it was for 4 years, it was in IT Tala, and I was like, I don't know whether, like, why am I here, you know. I was kind of just really kind of half-assing it, and then it was the last year of college where I started doing the videos, and it's only in the last 2 years now where I've been going back and forth, should I do this full time? And I was like, no, like look how successful my page has been, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Titanic I think has 2 million or something views or something mad
crazy.
like that. It really is.
You brought it to my attention, Jenny, and then I played it for everybody in the house on Christmas Day. I played it to the television, and we were everybody, like, you know, from young to old, because even the kids who probably haven't really seen Titanic, they can hear the Dublin accent and they know it's not real, if you know what I mean, with the movie, and everyone's just laughing their heads off.
Oh, it's just like when we were making the videos, I was like, they'll probably do all right, like they won't, but they did amazing. Like the first one I put up was Mean Girls, and
that is brilliant.
Yeah, that went super viral. I couldn't believe it. So people were asking for more, and when you're making them, you can't just kind of think of a little B movie. It has to be like something that everyone knows. So that way, like it's gonna go viral. It's
gotta be a classic.
Yeah. So that's why we did Titanic, and then Home Alone for Christmas, and then I don't know what's on the cards next.
Well, you mentioned Shanto was your first one. I have that clip of that here. So Shanto, and it says stag party. Yeah. Right, give us the background before we play it. So this is you and your fella in the house. Is this it?
So yeah, this is Shanto, and Anto's gone on a stag's party, and she's talking into the camera. It's like our diary, and she's just like, yeah, he'd want to watch himself over there.
Listen to this.
It was 1 before he went, 3-drink limit, in bed at 9. And if he even gets the aroma of a hen party over there, I swear to God, I'll go over to Benidorm on foot if I have to, and I'll cause uproar.
You can imagine it gets even worse that we can't play on radio. But now Rory's Stories, have a clip of that. Tell us about that one.
Rory came to me a couple of months ago, and he liked my stuff, and he goes like, oh, you have the Dublin girl down to a T. Nobody's doing these couple of videos. Why don't we do it? We have 2 big followings. And I was just like, yeah, like, and they took off as well. Like, it's just simple, it's relatable, it's short and simple, you know. Most of them are filmed on a phone, and it's typical relationship stuff, and they do go super viral, like. And he's a good lad. Like, it's good to have someone in the industry that's coming up as well, and kind of.
Can I ask, are you two a couple in real life?
No.
Because but the reason I'm asking is because a lot of people told me that you were, so I just presumed you were.
Really, we must be good actors then.
Well, there you go.
Well, should we play it? It's called Wedding Planner. Yeah.
All right.
Right. So you're planning your wedding, I guess. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go.
How many lanterns should we get in the church?
What are lanterns?
What? There's glass lamps that you put on the aisle when you're walking down it.
Oh, I don't know. Should we get one then, I suppose, no?
What do you want me to do? Walk down the aisle to a random lamp just hanging there?
No, you can get two.
Typical man.
I think the other one.
Get bleeding 10, I don't care what you get.
The other one I loved was when Shanto got to experience the new pennies.
Oh my God, yeah, that one's super viral too.
Is that the one where they said the fellas have chargers or stations or whatever?
This is the Coombe Hospital. Then why I started waiting nearly for the fellas?
Now, how did that come about? And did Shanto get a special invite into like a preview of Pennies before it opened? I still haven't seen the new one yet.
No, I didn't, and I was a devil. But you know what? I seen so many people talking about it on Facebook, and I knew it was topical. And do you know how I came up with all the one-liners? I was just lying in bed like the night before, and I was just like, right, yeah. And I'd always text my friends these one-liners, and if they laugh at them, I know like that they're going to be funny. And I was like, yeah, the Coombe Hospital this. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to make it. And literally the thing just blew up. I couldn't believe it. And then the mirror and everything shared. I was just like, and like it was just like a mugshot of Shanto's face, and it's like Dublin girl, and like people underneath I thought it was real. I was like, who dresses like that? Like, you know what I mean? Who dresses like that?
Plenty of people. Did they approach you? Did anyone from Pennies approach you afterwards? Because to be honest, it was because of your video that I realised the new Pennies had opened, because I hadn't
Really?
yeah, exactly. So I'm just thinking the amount of advertising that they got out of your video.
500,000 views that video got,
Yeah.
and not even a voucher did they send
What?
me. Not even a voucher.
Not even
Come
a voucher
on. For a bit of jewellery or something, like, do you know what I mean? I went in there and I was just like, they probably don't even recognise me.
And that's what I was going to ask you about being recognised. You must be getting it now a bit, are you, when you're around? We were actually and this is true, I was in Dublin Airport the day before New Year's Eve, and we were sitting there having a drink, and Kelly says to me, oh my God. I said, what? And she goes, I think that's Giz a laugh behind us. And I went, what? No, I don't think it was. I think it was someone else. Or maybe it was. I
wasn't in the airport.
But I just saw the excitement in her face, and I said, I don't think it's her. And there's this other girl then that we're now staring at. So that must be happening to you though, is it?
Yeah, and like, I don't know what to take this as an insult or not. When people come up to me in the studio, just like, I didn't know you really talk like that. And I was just like, shut up. Proud of where I came from. But yeah, no, I kind of do put a bit more emphasis on it when I'm doing the videos, you know, like your mouth has to be stuck in the same position for like 5 minutes when you're speaking.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, or even now, what makes you laugh? Do you look at other stand-up comedians, or what would you look to and go, oh, that's just hilarious?
Like Brendan O'Carroll, Mrs. Brown's Boys, that's like definitely a Dublin classic, you know, working class humour is the stuff that I laugh at. Like Al Porter, like he's coming up now on the scene as well, he's hilarious. Alan Carr, Joan Rivers, Mickey Flanagan, like they're all people I look up to. But typical stuff like the van, the snapper, like that's...
Have you? I'm sure you have. Have you ever heard of the book Overheard in Dublin? Have you ever seen those little comments of just things people heard as they were on buses or walking down streets or stuff like that?
I was reading one the other day, and these two Americans were walking down Moore Street, and they were just like, some woman keeps shouting there's a strong breeze, but it was some woman shouting strawberries.
Bernie just texted in and said, oh, thank God Shanto isn't real. I saw that Penny's video and I really thought she was a real person. You go, girl. Brilliant listening into you.
How do people, if they say people just learn about you right now, how can they go and see these videos? Where's the best place immediately to get them?
Facebook, so just Giz a laugh, like GIZ, and YouTube as well. I don't put all of my videos up on YouTube, but mainly Facebook. Yeah, that's where the big following is.
And is that where now, like, can you earn a living from this, as in from the videos?
Yeah, I'm doing this full time, like,
right, okay.
And I recently broke into stand up, and now I'm getting paid for those gigs too. But it's great. Like, social media is definitely like up and coming, you know.
Stand up must be hard though, is it? Like more so than the video? The video you kind of on your own, you've time to go through, but it must be nerve wracking standing on the stage and getting that immediate reaction, is it?
It is. I mean, it's when I started doing the videos, I did want to break into stand up, and like I only started doing it in October, and I absolutely loved it. Like I did it.
How was the first one? Where was it?
I did it in Whelan's, you know, Pop the Cherry, and I was only on for like 5 minutes, but people absolutely loved me, and I was like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. Like that's how good I felt when I walked off stage.
Do you prefer the live stuff now to the videos?
Do you know why I love the live stuff? Because like I'm not in costume and I can be myself. Do you know what I mean? When I feel restricted if I'm in costume, but I wouldn't mind doing those shows either, you know, like they'd be like bigger ones, I think, where you'd have to like break it up. But yeah, it's good just telling stories about my life.
Yeah, I almost, like, you know yourself, when you're recording something, you can record it and perfect it and do it again and again and again until you're very happy with it.
Yeah.
But stand up, you know, you're there.
Yeah.
You live and die on that stage.
You have to rehearse it constantly in your head, because it happens a lot when you walk on stage and you're like, oh crap, what was the opening line?
Yeah.
So, and I'm just standing there staring at like 200 people.
Yeah. And have you started to be heckled, or are you still kind of too new for people to give you a chance?
I think so, yeah. I think the only way I'd be heckled is if people weren't coming to just see me, you know, if I was kind of in a lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still waiting for my first heckle, but I have plenty of one-liners.
Oh, you're ready? You're all
ready.
set.
Locked and loaded, yeah.
It's all in the armoury.
When's the next gig? Is there anything booked in at the moment?
I do. I have a sold out show actually with myself, Al Foran and Rory Stories.
Excuse me?
Yeah. It's in a pub local at Boomers, and like it sold out in a couple of hours. We had posters and everything made like to put up around the area, and like we didn't even have a chance to put them up. It sold out that quickly.
To keep them for the next one.
Yeah, like I think and then I'm gonna be doing a headliner gig in Navan in a nightclub called 41, so that's gonna be at the end of March.
And I have some news for you.
What?
Pennies have been on.
No, they haven't.
They have.
Your show? Oh my God, yeah.
Listening from Penny's head office, we'll hook her up with something, maybe some new
can I get
PJs for
me
the
vouchers?
videos. There you go.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Like, deadly.
You have to ask.
Someone else. Oh, thank God Shanto isn't here. Look, you read that one, Jen. Please tell Giz a laugh, aka Shanto, I love her. Her Mean Girls video is my favourite thing ever, and that's from Bill. Someone else says, love Enya, so fun. Texts are flying in. So, yeah, you're well liked. Keep the videos coming and the stand up, and well done.
Indeed.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Nicky. Thanks, Jenny.
Enya Martin, everybody. There you go. Right. We'll take a break on 2FM.